now listening to the Zay Moore podcast.
I want to know what Zay think
There's a
about
few
that.
things that we gotta address.
Black people got the swag. Black people set the trends. We are the culture. We got a reality star for our president. It's insane. Even if they try to erase black history out of schools, it's not going to erase black history. Because we've been here. Kendrick Lamar definitely beat Drake in that battle. Hands down. At the end of the day, I'm going to keep it real with my people. Because if we don't keep it real with each other, who will?
What's going on, everybody? You already know who it is. It's your boy, the one and only Zay Moore, and I'm going to welcome you back to a brand new episode of the Zay Moore podcast. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today is October 9th, Thursday. Late night, right? I don't usually come and holler at y'all this late, but there's a reason for all that. I know I've been going for a few days. Y'all haven't heard from me. Within that midst of absence, I went to New York. I got alcohol poisoning. Yeah. A lot went on. So this show is really just kind of like me just checking in with my people, checking in with my listeners. I definitely missed y'all. Definitely will let y'all know what it's like visiting. Well, not visiting, right? Because that is my city all day, every day. But going back home after 10 years, because I currently live in the South now. I went back once briefly a couple years ago, but this is, this was really the first time that I got a chance to kind of take in New York since I've moved. And, some things have changed. Some things haven't, unfortunately. So I'm going to let y'all know how my trip went. And tomorrow we're going to get into the mess because a lot has been going on in the world of politics and the world of entertainment. So I definitely want to break a few things down with y'all tomorrow. But today, we just chatting. We just chilling. We ain't gonna, I don't want to pick y'all brain too much. I'm gonna just let y'all know how my trip was. All right. So this is like a real up close and personal, formal, like, I'm talking to one of my homeboys type of episode. All right. So I'll tell you how my trip went. I flew JetBlue. Shout out to JetBlue. Had a great experience, great seat, great service. Shout out to JetBlue. Very good. I landed. I landed in New York around like 12-ish. So I took a Uber because I just wasn't in the mood yet to deal with the hustle and bustle of the train. So I took an Uber to my hotel. Now, this is where the story gets good, right? The first thing. The hotel that I stayed in was called Mint Hotel JFK, right? They were promoting themselves as a hotel that was close and conveniently near the JFK airport, which is great, right? Because when you're in New York, if you know anything about the JFK airport, you want to get there early because TSA in New York is like no other. So you want to get there early, right? So I was like, okay, cool. This hotel is close. Wasn't that much bread. I booked it. When I got there, first of all, let me tell y'all this. It's definitely a motel. You feel me? You can tell the difference. And I travel enough. I've stayed in enough Hiltons and, other real hotels to know when somebody is trying to cosplay a hotel, right? And this was clearly a motel. Clearly a motel. And I'm like, okay, I already paid for it. I'm here, whatever. So I get there. I check in. Nice Indian people at the front desk. Cool. I get my key. I go upstairs. The room looks nothing like what they are promoting on hotels.com and on other websites. The rooms and the bathroom, I'm telling you, the pictures that I saw were top tier. I was like, oh, this is fire. This is nice. I definitely want this room. You feel me? Because I'm real picky when it comes to hotels. So, the bathroom was updated. It had a light around it. I was like, oh, this is fire. The room was nice. Had a beautiful view. I was like, okay. So, mind you, this is me looking at the pictures before I left. So, this is why I booked Mint Hotel or the Hotel Mint or whatever they cosplaying as name is. But anyway, I opened up the door, y'all, and the room is just like, I'm talking about 1999, like furniture all marked up. The bed sheet had a cigarette or a blunt burn in it. The bathroom was not, The bathroom was about the best thing about my room, and that's even a reach. You feel me? Even the bathroom was very outdated, but it wasn't as outdated as the room. The TV, oh my gosh, y'all, the TV. That's another thing that I'm picky about because I'm a big movie TV fan. You feel me? So my viewing always got to be 4K, 8K. Like I'm not doing no VHS or standard viewing television. You feel me? It has to be an updated TV. That TV was so blurry. You feel me? Like I thought that I had to like clear like my eyes. I'm like, I know I just got off of a flight. Maybe I'm tired. Maybe I'm seeing double. That TV was blurrier and foggier than a rainy day. You feel me? Like I was like, what is this? Still though, I'm like, I already paid. And a part of me wanted to go downstairs and complain and try to get my money back, but I was there for a short time, not a long time, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm only here for 3 days. Let me just suck it up. Whatever. So I got myself settled. You feel me? I was like, let me get ready for my, day. First thing I wanted to do was hit the city. That was really what I wanted to do because, the city is where everything is popping. You feel me? So I got myself together, took a shower, put on an outfit, hit up my boy Rob. Shout out to my boy Rob too. And I hit the city. My original plan, which I'm gonna get into on another episode, right? I was supposed to be seeing some family. Sometimes, family is funny. That's what I'm gonna say. And what I will also say, y'all, is that you gotta love on the people that love on you, right? And that's family included, right? Life is short. We're not chasing nobody out here. So, you feel me? I meet you where you at. And if you ain't there when I'm trying to meet you, then I'm leaving. That's basically what I'm gonna say. But anyway, so some of my plans changed, so I said, fuck it, I'm gonna just go to the city, have me a good time, right? My boy Rob, we were meeting up. He was getting off work, so I was giving him a chance to get his stuff together. And I was like, I'm gonna just hit the city and, take it all in. Because again, I haven't been there in a while. So, and I was also doing some promotion, right? So I was putting up some promotional posters and stickers around the city. So, all my peoples in New York, if you walk past one of my tags on a light pole or something, make sure to snap a picture and tag your boy. But my first stop was a rooftop. I got off the train. I took the LIRR because the A train by where I was staying was not working. So I took a cab to the LIRR to Jamaica Avenue, and then I took another LIRR to 34th Street. So that's how I got to the city. And when I got off, immediately, shout out to Cardi B too, because they definitely promoting her. I saw like a big thing of Cardi B. I took a picture of it. And then I heard some music. So like my body like just doom, 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 doom. I was like, oh, where's this coming from? It was a rooftop. Somebody was having a party. I went up. I was like, yo, can I come in and have a drink? She was like, sure. Come in. Went in, had me a margarita. Lovely. It was really strong too. Really strong. And then that's when I feel like I really set myself up. I'm going to tell y'all more. So next thing I did, right, I was like, okay, I got to hit BBQs, because if you know anything about New York City, if you're from New York City, BBQs is like, I mean, what are you doing? You feel me? If you ain't been to BBQ. So being that I was back, for the first time in a long time, I was like, let me hit BBQs. So I walked, because again, I'm taking it all in. I'm walking down 34th Street, walking to 28th Street. And I got there, had me some shrimp tacos, and I had me a frozen drink with some Hennessy. And I didn't even know BBQs sold shrimp tacos. That's definitely new, because BBQs is more known for their wings and ribs, stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, let me try this. It was It was a lot of confetti shit on it. I'm not the type of person who likes a whole bunch of colorful lettuce and all that bullshit. You feel me? Just, give me a standard taco, with all of the good stuff. You feel me? It doesn't need to look like a Crayola project. So I ate around all that shit. It was pretty good. The shrimp was grilled great, but you know, I ate around all of the confetti. But my drink was awesome. So that was drink 2, y'all. That was drink 2, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm starting to feel this. My boy, at that point, he had hit me up, said he was already on his way to the city. So we were meeting at a place, I believe, what's it called? Misty's or some shit. I don't know. I gotta ask my boy. But I took the C train to 49th Street and I met my boy Rob, and we went in. We had a drink. Well, actually, I got there before him. So while I was waiting on him, I had a gin and tonic. That was drink number 3. Definitely feeling a little, you know, tipsy from the first 2, but I was still coherent. I was still jamming. You feel me? That gin and tonic, though, sent me to like another level. My boy came, he bought me another gin and tonic. So that was drink 4. I'm drunk at this point. You feel me? Super drunk. We chilling, you know, having a good time, yada, yada. And then we hit up another spot. I had, what did I have there? Something with Red Bull, because that's what he had. So I had that. And that was drink. Wait, was that 4 or 5, y'all? I think that's 5. Again, I was already drunk from 4. And all I had was the shrimp tacos. So I hope y'all following me, right? Because we gonna get to the climax of this story. So after that, we went to another spot. So we was bar hopping. We went to 3 bars in total. The last bar we went to, I had one more drink, just one. And then after that, I was like, yo, I'm feeling kind of tipsy. My plan was originally to get on the train, go back to my hotel. But then the plan had switched. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go to my boy house because, you know, I just didn't want to fall asleep on the train. Of course, he was looking out for me. He like, yo, just come over to my crib. Then things changed, right? And I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna just go back to my hotel. That, you know, things just change when you drunk. I don't know how. I don't even remember why my mind switched, but for some reason I just wanted to go back to my room. So I was like, I bet. So my boy's friend drops me to my room. So my night ends around like, I'd say 3 a.m. I got in bed, y'all. That was it. When I woke up, this is the climax of the story, y'all. When I woke up, for some reason, like I couldn't breathe and I kept throwing up. You feel me? Like, and not like normal. You feel me? Like, you know how you be hungover, you wake up, you throw up, boom, you good? Nah, this was just like back to back to back to back. And I really hadn't eaten anything. So the little bit that I did eat after that came up, it was like I just kept throwing up, like just throwing up. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not throwing up anything. So like, actually I was. It was like well, I ain't gonna describe it because I don't want to gross y'all the fuck out. But yeah, it was like after the food, it was like something else that kind of alarmed me, right? And shout out to Apple, because, you know, my Apple Watch has turned me into like a doctor, you feel me? All of the health benefits and health features, I'm telling you, get on this shit, y'all. Become your own physician, because I was like, all right, let me check my heart rate, because I told you, I was like, I couldn't breathe. I was sweating. I was like, yo, what is going on with me? I put on my Apple Watch. My heart rate was a 52. So I was like, let me get up and try to throw some water on my face. I tried to stand up. I was dizzy. I'm like, yo, what is going on? So, you know, in the midst of all of that, you know, I'm on my phone trying to, you know, I'm Googling the symptoms and I'm trying to see what's wrong with me. And alcohol poisoning is popping up. I'm like, can't be. Like, I've never had alcohol. I never partied. And I've partied. You feel me? And of all the times I've partied, I've never gotten alcohol poisoning. So I'm like, nah, it can't be that. But everything that I was looking up, it just pointed straight to alcohol poisoning. And then it got to the point where, like, I started sweating, like, to the point where I was dripping. You feel me? And I tried to stand up again, and like I couldn't hold my balance. So I had to call 911, because at that point I'm by myself in New York, and like my anxiety kicked in. I was like, all right, you know what? Let me just call 911. I didn't want to because, like, you feel me? I hate having to do all that. But I did it because I knew that something was going on, especially with a heart rate being 52. I'm like, yeah, something might be going on. So, you know, they came up to my room. They got me. I told them what was going on. They helped me up, put me on the stretcher. You know, they did take my heart rate, definitely said it was low. So we went to the hospital. You know, hospital, shout out to St. John's in Queens. They were very nice. They got me together. They hooked me up, gave me something for the vomiting. They hooked me up to an IV. They was like, yeah, you definitely had slight alcohol poisoning. You did the right thing by calling in. And I like drifted off for a minute once they put me on that IV. I don't know what they gave me, but when I woke up, I was just like, good. It's like, wow, I was fine. So after that, I went back to my room. And I was like, yo, I really got alcohol poisoning. Like I couldn't believe it. Like I couldn't believe it. But again, shout out to St. John's because they definitely took care of me, definitely made sure that I was good. And shout out to my boy Rob. I love you so much, bro, because we definitely had plans. You know, we like could have did other things. I'm sure he wanted to go out and have more fun because I was only there for 2 days. But after that, I was like, yo, I probably need to relax. And as y'all know, I'm also still a student in school, so I had homework. I'm like, yo, even though I'm traveling, you feel me? I still got to stay on the grind. I got homework. Just got out the hospital. I don't really think I should go out and drink. And my boy understood that. And that's a real friend. So my boy came all the way from Brooklyn, mind you. The A train and all that was not working. So it was a bunch of shuttles going on. And if you know anything about traveling in New York City, shuttle buses and all that, another hassle on top of trying to get through the crowds. But he came, you feel me? It took him about 2 hours, but he got there and we just chilled, you feel me? We talked, we walked down, where the fuck was that? Marks Avenue and Far Rockaway, and you know, we got some food and we just caught up. And then after that, you know, the next day I was on a plane on my way back to the South, you feel me? Because this is where the base of everything for the show is, and for right now. And yeah, you know, but that was my trip. That was my trip, y'all. I left. I got there, had fun, woke up, had alcohol poisoning, went to the hospital. But yeah, y'all, I'm all right. I'm good. One thing that I learned, cause I don't really go out like that. And no, I'm lying. I do go out, but you feel me? I'm more of a champagne wine type of, you know, bougie drinker now. You feel me? If I'm drinking liquor, it's normally tequila, but I was mixing, you feel me? I was mixing and I didn't eat nothing. And yeah, I think I was just happy to be back in New York and I didn't think about food. All I had was those shrimp tacos, and as I told y'all, it was just too much confetti and colors in it. So I really just ate the shrimp. So it wasn't much, you know, holding there to soak up all that liquor. So if y'all don't learn anything from my story, make sure you eat before you go out. You feel me? Because you don't want to be, and don't mix. You feel me? Because I was drinking gin and then I was drinking Red Bull and something else. I don't even remember what that was. Hennessy and then margaritas. Like, yeah, I was wilding. I was definitely wilding. So if you ain't learned anything from what I said, definitely eat and don't mix. You feel me? If you start drinking one type of liquor that night, stick to that. But something else that I wanted to run by y'all that happened to me, right? So I stayed in Queens, as I did say, Far Rockaway. Never again, by the way. Interesting neighborhood. There were cops on like every block, and it wasn't that prominent, you know, before I left. And you know, I'm keeping up with my city, although I'm living in the South now, so I know that the police presence was upped, but I didn't know that it was to that extent. Like there were literally cops on every block in Far Rockaway. Cops in front of McDonald's, which I knew about that because I knew it was just a lot of shit going on at McDonald's. So they were planting cops there to prevent that. So I kind of knew about that. But yeah, it was just like cop cars on every block. And then like some guy like walked up to me, and I'm just walking down the street, mind you. I had on a red New York fitted. And he walks up to me and he goes, "Yo, are you banging?" And I was like, "What?" And then I caught it immediately. I was like, "Nah, bro, nah." He's like, "Yo, my fault, man, my fault. I don't even know why I asked you that. My fault." I was like, "Damn." I was like, "Y'all still out here just walking up to random people asking them if they bang because they wearing a color." That's like that was the most disappointing thing for me. To see that the urban neighborhoods of, and I can't even say New York, right? Because I only stayed in one part. I didn't get a chance to go back to the Bronx. I didn't get a chance to go to Brooklyn. I was in Queens. But what I can say based on what I saw in Queens is that I just think it's unfortunate that people still have to stand in front of stores, to make their living, and you like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that the dude walked up to me and asked me that just because I was wearing the color red. And that's dangerous because in certain places, just if you're wearing a color and you're not affiliated with whatever that represents in that neighborhood, and they take that as disrespect, you can lose your life for some shit like that. So I didn't get scared, but I immediately remembered where I was from, and that you got to keep your head on a swivel. You feel me? Because it's just unfortunate that you can't wear whatever color you want without worrying if someone is gonna think you in a gang. Like I think that is I think it's a little outdated, and I pray that young black men and men who are still in that can find love in community elsewhere, because at the end of the day, right, that's really what they're looking for. They want to belong, they want community, and if you're not getting that in the house, at home, sometimes unfortunately you look for that in all the wrong places. So yeah, I just I was just so disappointed. You feel me? I'm like, man, I haven't even been here a whole day yet, and someone's already coming up to me and asking me if I bang because I'm wearing the color red. It's crazy. But other than that, you know what? Other than me getting alcohol poisoning and almost being profiled as a gang member, I think I had a pretty good time. My boy Rob made sure that I was good. The lights were just amazing. 34th Street looks great. Didn't get a chance to see Times Square like I wanted to, but I got a chance to see Herald Square, 34th Street, lit up, and people were out, and that's one thing that I miss about living in like a city area, and which is why I might relocate soon, because I think that is the heart of who I am. I think I'm a people person, and I've given a lot of time to the South, and I've been able to grow. Since I moved out here, I've been able to go back to school, become a businessman and grow my talents. But I think, if anything, the one thing I did take away from my visit is that I need to be in a place that is inspiring. And unfortunately, the South just ain't it. The South just ain't it. Now, I do encourage anybody, right? If you grew up in a city, always on the go area, and you want to move somewhere for a couple of years, save up some money, the South is definitely where it's at. You feel me? It's not as expensive, and you can save up your money. And whether it's you trying to buy a house, whether whatever big purchase you want to do, I think moving to the South and just kind of relaxing here for a while definitely aids to that. But at heart, like myself, if you're like a city person, you like to go out, you feel me, it will after a while become a little stifling. So yeah, that's one thing. And I was already kind of looking at places like LA, Atlanta. If I do stay out here, maybe moving to more of a city like area like Charlotte. But yeah, I was already thinking about moving out of the South anyway. But yeah, great trip. I just wanted to come back and let y'all know how everything went and let y'all know I'm still here. I do, again, appreciate all of my fans, everyone across all of the countries, all of the cities who were listening. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone who reached out and asked me where I was because, yeah, your boy was getting over the alcohol poisoning, had to fly back in between all that. So, yeah, I'm finally here and ready to get the ball rolling again. So I just want to thank y'all for checking in with me so much. And tomorrow, we definitely are going to get back to our normal scheduled type show, the Zaymo Podcast. We're going to be talking about what's trending, what's going on. And yeah, we'll definitely have a great show. But I hope everyone is having a great evening. Hope everyone is safe and sound. And I want to thank you so much for checking in with me at the Zaymo Podcast. And y'all know what it is and what it's always going to be. Until next time, peace.